This video was sponsored by Squarespace. Stick around for more about them at the end of this video. Alright, dickhead. I'm alright. You'll be pleased to know that I'm doing a workout whilst I speak to you. It's your favourite. Oh, I had a shit headache, like on and off, like a week. This morning it was horrible. I was going to go to the gym this morning, but I had to admit defeat, which is why I'm doing it now at the office. A bit half-hearted, but better than nothing again, innit? Thought you could offer words of encouragement at the appropriate time. So far I've picked up some 30 kilogram dumbbells for shoulder press, decided not to do it, put them back down, done one set of 20s and feel a bit sick. So got off to a great start. Hey there guys, welcome back to the vlog. You guys seem to enjoy this vlog format last time, so here we are with more of the same. So my first workout this month was performed whilst chatting on the phone using my AirPods to my buddy Goof, who I'm hopefully going to go and visit later this month. I know we're always like yapping about stuff that sort of feels like it could benefit from going into more depth and things. It'd be nice to just sort of have a chat with a beer, wouldn't it? And then see where the night takes us after that point. I'm very lucky to have some dumbbells and kettlebells and things in the office that I can use for this kind of thing. Obviously, it does come with some downsides, like I like to try and train quietly so as not to disturb the other people in the building. Weekend's nearly here after this. We've got some friends coming over with their kids. Gonna go for a nice walk and stuff and play some board games and have some drinks in the evening. And then I'll be back to the training again next week. Came into today feeling tired. I'm going through the workout with like no energy and thinking what I'm going to say in this vlog and thinking like, I always say this at the start of the videos that I've got no energy. Becoming a trend. I think I'm a bit burned out, and then the workout itself, I didn't have much energy for it, but the jump rope went well. And because of the recent sort of slight twinge in my pecs, I've decided not to do bench press, but I was doing a 40 kilogram chest press instead, a dumbbell press. But then it, 40 kilograms in each hand. But then I don't think they've got 50 kilograms anymore, so that's a bit of a downer. Though I did notice some in the corner, so I have to look into that. So that was all going fairly well, although I didn't have the energy for it. But then I was doing just my mobility Cossack squats and deep squats at the end, and I got a twinge and my back spasmed, and that's devastating for me. Okay, so I'm actually re-recording this part from the future. I'm like cable. That's because I was listening to this back and I realised that I was going on a bit, maybe getting a bit too personal. Basically, to briefly explain the situation, I used to get back spasms like this and occasionally experience soreness. After lots of hard work, I hadn't had a spasm for about a year and a half, and for the last several months, there hadn't been any discomfort whatsoever. My back felt invincible. The other reason it's a bit extra sucky is that some members of my family have suffered from a type of chronic back pain that becomes debilitating in old age. While I don't have any signs of that now or any cause to believe I'm going to get it, they also both suffered with more general weakness, spasms and sciatica in their back when they were younger. These are apparently unrelated symptoms, so I could have just inherited that tendency without the more chronic stuff, but it's certainly not super encouraging. I am of course going to do everything I can to ensure my back is strong and healthy as possible, and in spite of the slight setback, it does seem to be working, and the fact it can even be improved is very reassuring. If it does happen, then maybe in 30 to 40 years, I'll have to slightly change the workflow of the channel. If that's the case, then in about 30 years, you can expect this channel to have a slight change where I'm more taking on like the old Bruce Wayne role to somebody else's young Batman Beyond. I was all set to make this video on how to restore your back pain, how I restored mine, but now I feel like I can't make that because it's not really restored at the very least. But I am able to walk around, it's not as bad as usual, and I immediately, kind of understanding the nature of the spasm, I was able to relax it and it feels a lot better. Gonna go and have a shower now, and I actually think that tomorrow I'm probably gonna feel pretty much back to normal. It's just always gonna be now back in the back of my mind that this could happen. So I thought I'd share this here instead, so you guys can know what's going on. If you watch my squats, the reason I'm doing these light squats is because before I was going really deep ass to grass and I was going a bit heavier, And I guess I just, I was pushing ahead when I wasn't really ready for it. So I'm going lower range of motion, lighter weight. And I did push a bigger range of motion today, and perhaps that didn't help. But if you watch my left leg, it veers out to the left. They're not even. And so I'm trying to correct that. And I think I pushed some of that a bit too far. But also, I have a bit myself to blame because this morning I woke up feeling tired, feeling achy, and I trained anyways. I wasn't listening to my body properly. So, yeah, I should have done that. But now you know where I'm at with the back and what's going on, why you're seeing me do these light squats, and why I'm always mentioning my back. And I guess the takeaway I want to share with you guys about this is, one, I'm a fitness YouTuber. You might expect me to be, invincible and never hurt myself, because that's what a lot of other fitness YouTubers and influencers do. Bad backs can happen to anybody. Bad knees can happen to anybody. Bad shoulders. And, either the fitness YouTubers aren't sharing it, or they're, not really pushing themselves. And that's the long and the short of it. So don't feel bad if you get injured. Don't let it become a part of your identity. That's why I'm so keen to keep sprinting, keep doing handsprings, keep doing heavy lifts. And I'm training what doesn't hurt, basically. And then just easing back into it. With all the other injuries I pick up along the way, I know how to fix them all. They're simple. This one's complicated, but, there's still things I can do. And training the movements that don't hurt is one of the most important ways to stop it getting worse. My other big tip that kind of follows on from these things is to go and get some professional help, get someone to look at it. Because, I could have already had spinal stenosis, or I could have a tumor on my back causing this pain, or a slipped disc. And until you have someone look at it who knows what they're talking about, even if you know what you're talking about, you can't see your own back. You're too close to that problem. So don't let your pride get in the way. And don't listen to videos that say this one exercise will cure your back pain, because it won't. There's a slim chance it might. But in a lot of cases, like I say, it could be something chronic that you cannot fix. And you need someone to tell you that as soon as possible, rather than trying everything under the sun. At the same time, you might be trying to do a movement, but actually doing it wrong because you're using compensatory movement patterns. You think you're doing a proper squat with good form, but then you watch a video back and you're not. So you're actually making things worse, even though the advice might be good. And at the same time, there can be lots of different factors affecting something. So you might have back pain, but it might not just be back pain. It might be back pain caused by multiple issues. You might have tightness in one area. You might have an old injury in another area. You might have a problem with your ankle that's feeding up to your back. So whilst all these quick fixes might be great, there's no guarantee they're going to fix you, because it could be a lot more complicated than that. So yeah, I'm not saying don't try this stuff. I mean, I make videos on how to fix, elbow pain. It's been extremely useful for me. Certainly try that stuff, but don't believe anyone who says this is definitely going to fix you. And don't get too excited when you see these thumbnails saying those things, because it might well be true, but that's a slim chance. More likely, it's much more complicated, much more nuanced, and you need someone to look at it to tell you that it's not something more serious that you can't address. So yeah, that's my big takeaway. Don't stop training. Don't let it become part of your identity. Keep moving in the areas that don't hurt, but be sensible and get somebody to look at it who knows what they're talking about and who's removed from the situation. Also, it's normal. Everybody gets hurt. This is my little battle, but I ain't giving up. So yeah, that was today's workout. I wouldn't say that it was super successful. Just to show how this is very much the pioneer attempting to work out and be productive and failing to part 2. I'm here at the beautiful park, Goof Park. Came here to do a bit of filming, but also to do workouts, going to do some calisthenics. I'm still hurt, so I was hoping it was going to be small but better than nothing. And then I get a message from my wife saying that she's got a poorly stomach and probably going to have to go back and pick up Emmy now. So there goes that plan. It's probably just as well, because my back was feeling a lot better, but I just stood up and it twinged. So this is a depressing vlog. So yeah, that last attempt to work out was a bit of a letdown. So I went home, looked after the family. The next day my wife was better, but I was still feeling rough. My back was worse. And also, as I'm oversharing, I might as well let you know that I'm having a bit of an adverse reaction to caffeine lately. In particular, it's been giving me really loose stool, and I've been wasting an awful lot of time on the toilet. So I've decided to finally try and cut down, and in particular, almost entirely cut out coffee, which is a big deal for me as someone who loves working in coffee shops, loves the whole, culture of coffee. the whole process of making it, I'm cutting it almost down to 0. And this caused, in conjunction, I guess, with the bad back, nasty headache, and I spent most of Friday morning in bed. So that was a real bummer. And then, luckily, that night, an amazing thing happened that could lift anyone's spirits, which was the Northern Lights were visible across the UK, including in Bicester, and they were incredibly spectacular. But I didn't know about it, so I was asleep, so I missed that, and that was a bummer as well. So yeah, I was feeling a bit sorry for myself over the weekend, but things improved. We went for a really nice walk with my daughter and son at a nice country park, and on the next day I helped my daughter with her homework, taking photos of bugs. Probably show you some photos of the bugs right now. And today, we're back at it. Headaches diminished, back's improving a little bit. I'm just going to ease myself in now with a workout that's super simple and easy that I recommend anyone can give a go. I'm going to be doing 100 pull-ups, and I'm going to do them in as few sets as possible with minimal breaks and just, power through it. This is a really easy way to build biceps and lats, which fortunately haven't been affected by the back pain, so there's no reason I can't do it. We've always got to adapt, we've got to do what we can, and I might throw in some air squats as well because my back's starting to feel better, and I think if I'm gently getting into that squatting position, that has helped in the past. And in retrospect, one of the things I think I might have done wrong was putting my back under a bit too much strain by doing a back squat a bit deeper than usual when I was at the gym on Wednesday. So yeah, we'll see if this is something I can get away with. Wish me luck. I'm back, baby. So there we go, back from another workout, and gotta say, went a lot better than I probably could have expected. So I've been in a bit of a bad way, as you guys know. I put my back out last week, and that was, not recovering quickly. It then sort of developed into hip pain, and one night I couldn't sleep, had to sleep on the sofa. And then I've also been having like these migraines, or maybe not migraines, but severe headaches, which might have come from the fact that I've severely reduced my caffeine intake, or it might have come from the fact that, I've got the backache, or I'm not sure if I'm recovering from a bug. But yeah, my back was feeling a bit better this morning, but my head was throbbing. I really wasn't rating my chances, but I really wanted to go to the gym. And this is where some people will say, oh, Adam, great sort of discipline, determination, so inspiring, etc. And a lot of YouTube channels lean into all that stuff. But nah, guys, this was the opposite. This was me being an idiot. Like, I shouldn't have been working out today. Should have been resting, but I love training. That's what I've been talking about. I'm not disciplined. I just love training. It's like, saying you've had enough dinner, don't eat more cake. Then I eat the cake anyways, and you guys go, wow, you're so disciplined. It's the same thing. I train because I want to do it, even when I probably shouldn't. But I also wanted to get some footage today because I'm making a video on training for a thicker core, so doing a lot of that. And you know what? Sometimes this is what happens. Sometimes I go to the gym thinking it's going to be bad, and actually the gym is what fixes me. In fact, it happens fairly often. My back, once again, feels like iron, feels strong again. I was doing Laland push-ups, dragon flag, all the stupidest stuff you shouldn't do with a bad back. Rotational kettlebell windmills, all of it. And it held up absolutely fine. I was fairly deep squatting again. The only thing that happened was during some kick throughs, I felt a twinge in my hip. And I think that's what's been going on. I think the hip problem, I think my back spasmed to protect my hips. And I think that the issue with the hip was maybe all the way back to the vlog I made last time, my last vlog. If you guys remember, so I got to change arms. Been working out hard, and it's hard holding up my arm. Oops. If you guys remember last time, I put out my hip a little bit doing some pistol squats or some sissy squats, and I had to, only do a few on that side. I think maybe that was the catalyst for all this. So yeah, maybe I can be optimistic that this isn't the serious catastrophic event I thought it was. Feeling a bit better. My headache cleared. We got speaking to the other parents at drop off at the school, so I gave my head time to clear actually. Here's me like, I need to work. But it's nice chatting to them. Stuck around, and actually it was better for my work because my head cleared by standing outside in the fresh air. So yeah, coming away from that quite pleased. Didn't do any heavy bench press today because for the video I was doing cable press. But that's the thing that one of the things I'm trying to get across in these vlogs is that I train all over the place sporadically, but the cable press kind of replaces the bench press today.
You know, my goal isn't to get a massive bench press, it's to build strong pressing strength. And so it doesn't matter whether I'm doing bench press or cable press. And the cable press allowed me to go into a deeper range of motion, felt some real hypertrophy there. I'll probably make a short about it. So yeah, that was great. And met a guy who critiqued my boxing technique for me and was more flattering than some of you guys about it. But yeah, so yeah, it was a good workout and I'm feeling quite positive in spite of getting off to a rocky start this morning. So yeah, rest of the week I've got to make a squatting video, you know, body weight squatting video, feel up to that, which is good. And I'm going to be training with my mate when I go down to visit him in Bournemouth at the weekend. So hopefully the DOMs have recovered by then and I can put in an impressive showing.
Like a cross trainer.
Natural on camera.
Very much. Yep. I like to start the session like this. Gets me into it, a nice bit of workout for the whole body. And then move on to some other bits afterwards. Then we get filmed doing it. What were we recording?
How did you find today's workout?
I enjoyed it actually, it was good. Might have hand in the way of my face.
So I thought we'd both be in it.
Do you want to start again then? No.
I can edit out the bits that we don't want. You don't need to stop. Do they?
I don't trust you.
Well, that's probably correct because this is my favourite. How did you find today's workout? It's bought us Guinness and I hate it.
Dick fingers.
I'm keeping that in, by the way.
Oh. You're a dickhead.
How did you find today's workout? How did you find today's workout?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good session. For me personally, I was quite surprised how well it went because I've been very much keeping to the machines recently, but getting back involved in the free weights after a good probably 15 years away from it, I was actually quite surprised about how well it went and how good it felt. So yeah, full of energy, full of achievement. So I was quite happy with it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Benched 60 kilograms for 10 reps and we'd already been doing chest stuff at the start. You know, that wasn't the first. You did a lighter weight the first set. So I was pretty impressed with that.
Yeah, again, very surprised by it because I've not done that for a very, very long time. So I was a bit concerned how the smaller muscles in between would have affected that. But it went a bit better than I expected and I quite enjoyed it.
Here we go, it's the old bench press. I'm fortunate I'm colouring around his shorts there as well, actually. Good work. You get a spotting there?
Oh, yes, please. No, you can come around behind and I'll do two more.
Cool.
My sessions have been productive but quite set in their routine recently, so to do something a bit different was good fun. So yeah, enjoyed it. Obviously I haven't been to gym with him for a while, so enjoyed that as well.
First gym buddy.
Yeah, back in the days when we were about 14. So
if you go back 14 years on the channel roughly, you can see some videos of him riding on my back, rest of them in a Mexican mask, wrestling mask. Yeah. Come a long way since then, I'd like to think. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. So it's good to get him back in the scene. So yeah, I might incorporate some of that to my routine from now on. We did lots of drop sets. G-Man here works about once every 5 days, trains once every 5 days. We think that could be, I think if he's doing a HIIT style workout, that would be perfect. But
apparently it's a HIIT style. I didn't know what I was doing, to be honest with you. I was just trying to get a little bit more fit and just try and turn up a little bit. But he's now saying I'm doing a HIIT style workout.
I'm saying what we did today with the drop sets and stuff, that was more HIIT style.
Yeah, HIIT style.
Also spurred me on to do some extra sets at the end, made my workout a bit longer than usual. Slightly more bodybuilding style.
Backside, so
yeah, well, spurs you on, doesn't it, when you've got someone?
Does. I felt spurred on as well. The other week I was in the gym and I told him, and he told me to do one more rep on what I was doing that I wouldn't have done, so I did that. So it definitely makes a difference. So
yeah, good.
Yeah, but experience it in person was good.
Both went in as well with a bit of soreness from previous workouts, but didn't let that stand in our way.
Cracked on.
Yeah, now we're doing this.
Yeah, which I'm also quite enjoying. So
clearly,
bit of food, bit of drink.
I'm not enjoying this specifically. We had cider previously, and that was better.
And lager previously to that.
Yeah, but this is a bit heavy for like the 4th or 5th drink, whatever we're on.
I think it's fine, to be honest with you. But
he's part Irish.
That's also true.
Yeah.
So
clever there.
Cool.
It's partly my fault we're doing it as well.
Yeah, I mean, I literally volunteered to go home, so it's 100% your fault.
Just felt like there was a little bit left in the tank.
Yeah.
I wasn't comfortable with it.
Might as well whack that little weight on there, what's right?
Well, I can't get to the little one. The big one's in the way.
I meant the big one. The big little one. So it's Tuesday. I took Monday off because I can. Back from my trip to visit G-Man. We had a really good time. It was really great. Felt, like the old days. G-Man being short for Goof, the name he gave himself when we were 3, and it stuck with him for the rest of his life. Or maybe 5. Known since we were 3. But yeah, so that was really good fun. We actually got a decent work in as well. We did something a bit more sort of bodybuilding style. Obviously, he had a few drinks. He ended the night with a Guinness, which was madness. Went back to his and then had a Jack Daniels and played some Worms. Old school Worms, my DOS emulator.
Don't have it, the Worms for the vlog.
Or blog.
Vlog. This is G-Man's big old deer. That was a really good shot, to be fair. I'm annoyed I recorded that. But makes you look competent.
So that was really good fun, but obviously knackering. So then drove home, did kids stuff, went on a nice walk with the kids on Sunday, and then looked after them Monday so Hannah could have a day off, and then today back to it. So yeah, feeling a bit tired. Just filmed a video on squatting, which went fairly well. Trying to get in an actual workout whilst I'm out here, a calisthenics workout, but I don't have long, so I'm gonna have to make it really count. I'm pretty pleased. I don't know what it looks like on camera, but I've made some big progress with my straddle planche. So you guys have seen that I can do a kind of crappy straddle planche push-up on parallettes. Well, I'm using 99% momentum to get through the movement, but here I actually lean into it from a straddle planche, a pseudo straddle planche lean. But I can actually take my feet off the ground, and it's really straddled. My legs are wide apart. It's only for seconds, if that, but I can feel it working. So now I just need to work on this and really feel it in the biceps tendon, more so than usual. But yeah, I've got the movement pattern now. I technically can do a straddle planche for 1 second. So I've just got to build up my time now until I'm there. So really happy with that, and really happy with my handstand push-ups, which have also come along. Maybe the straightness still isn't perfectly there, but the good news is that I can land the 1 rep of a handstand push-up nearly every time. Most I've ever done is 3. I can do 2 in a row fairly often, but at the moment I can do 1 pretty much without fail if it's at the start of my workout. So super happy with that as well. In general, fitness is going well. So yeah, again, glad my back's better. I don't know what's going on. I'm not going to argue with it.
So yeah, after that I had one more big workout at the gym. Nothing really to write home about there, it went pretty much as you would expect. Been hitting the heavy bag, by the way, either with bare fists or using the gloves that are there, which are just gross and sweaty, which is because the gloves I have are really cheap and they're really massive. They feel awful and they don't fit in my messenger bag. So I know I shouldn't be doing it, but I have finally invested in better gloves and wraps, so hopefully we'll see my boxing game go up a little bit there, because, speaking to that boxer and also practicing with some hooks that Grant showed me, it's given me a reinvigorated interest in the boxing. So yeah, I'll be doing more of that next month. So I had that workout, and then after that I decided to take a deload week. That's a week where I don't do my big workouts. I just do the odd bit of training here and there, my mobility stuff, my staying active, a bit of hand balancing. The idea being that it gives my body a chance to recover any niggling aches and pains that maybe I'm not even aware of, things like that. And I always find that after I come back after a week off, I'm stronger, I look better. So it's something that I believe in, and I do it more often than most people, maybe once every 4 or 6 weeks. The danger with that though is that you take the week off and then the following week something goes wrong and you can't train. I'm talking to you now a little bit after recording the rest of the vlog. So yeah, that's exactly what happened. I had a week off, and then following the week off, my family and I all got a sickness bug, or at least my daughter and I got a sickness bug. I was struck with the sickness bug at Wicksteed Park on a day out, and had to drive home an hour. I was being sick at Wicksteed Park, and my stomach has been all discombobulated for several days since, which has also meant I haven't been able to eat my protein, usual intake. I haven't been able to have my creatine, and I haven't been visiting the gym. So now I'm here a week and a half from my last workout nearly, and with none of my usual diet practices, etc. So as always, we're looking at, step forwards, step backwards, maybe 2 steps forwards and 1.5 steps backwards. So we are making general progress. I did have one workout during my usual week off though, because I was playing Mullet Mad Jack and that game's so hype, I just got carried away. Then I was listening to some music, Enigma TNG, for anyone who knows him. And got too into it and ended up doing a full workout with kettlebell swings, kettlebell halos and pike liftoffs. Does that happen to anyone else, where you just work out because you're just so hyped up? That was also at 11:30 at night. Been doing that since I was a kid, so yeah, nothing changes. And in a way that was a good thing, because I ended up not working out for the following week. So yeah, it's been 2 steps forward, 1.5 steps backwards, but still making just a little bit of progress gradually. And that is the cycle, as you have seen, that continues and continues. We have good weeks and bad weeks, but it's always moving forward, just because I love the process of training. As I get back to the gym, like I say, I'm going to be working more on the boxing. I'm going to be doing more of the planche training, because I'm so happy with that. More and more of those pike liftoffs, because I credit them with improving my handstands and my planche training. So they've been great. And I guess, seeing as I've been doing an unintentional cut, probably carry on with that and maybe get a bit lighter to support my calisthenics focus. So yeah, that's going to be the next one. I'll be documenting the training process, and whether or not I make another vlog, that'll depend on you guys. Whether you enjoyed this, let me know in the comments down below. These are a lot slower, a lot more rambling. You just see me training, sometimes not saying much. But I think it's valuable to share this kind of genuine insight instead of all the polished, edited stuff, curated stuff. I thought it'd be fun to share a bit of my training with G-Man, and just useful and insightful to show things going wrong. So I hope you're getting something from this, and if so, then I'll see you for another vlog probably at the start of next month. Hopefully this one goes a little bit better, but I doubt it. Bye for now. This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Squarespace is a website building platform, and it makes it as simple as possible to build a fully featured professional website. It's suitable for everyone, from the absolute beginner to the consummate professional to a big business. And in fact, many of the biggest brands on the web use Squarespace to power their website and their business. That's the great thing about it. It means anyone can get started, and you can build a website within minutes by using their intuitive drag and drop system, by editing some of the ready-made templates to find the style that you like. But because of all the features that it includes, you won't be limited in terms of what you can do, and you can grow that website, grow that brand as much as you want. It includes everything from formatting and publishing tools to a fully integrated commenting system with threaded comments, replies and likes. If you want to sell a service through your website, you've got appointment scheduling. Of course, there's e-commerce tools. You've got SEO tools for raising the visibility of your website on Google, getting more people, getting more traffic to your pages. There's analytics, so you can see who's coming from where and why, member management, full suite of stuff that you could possibly need. And if you want to expand things even further, then you can use the huge suite of plugins made available by the community and by Squarespace themselves, which includes such things as inventory management and global tracking for e-commerce. If you want to find out more, then head over to squarespace.com, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/bioneer, and you'll get 10% off of your first website or domain. Thank you so much for watching this, guys. Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring, and bye for now.